Good morning, everyone. Just want to talk about, really get down to the brass tacks of Take What You Need and talk about how it delivers on the promise of being the key to health, wealth, and happiness. Because it's a big claim, right? So we're really going to dig into some of the fundamentals here. One of those, which we wrote about at length in the Red Pill Revolution, is the fact that there are at least two levels of reality, but fundamentally there's two. There's the real world, which is this, and you can see also behind me the world of men, the stuff that we've added on top of that, that we are told is real. And in a sense it is, but it will go, right? The real world is governed by natural law, universal laws of the universe that have been there from the beginning and will always be there and will always work. And they seem to be perfectly tuned to deliver complexity, beauty, balance, homeostasis, but not in a dead way. It's not inert. It's really riding this balance between entropy, which is where things just collapse into themselves and nothing happens, and chaos when everything's just flying around. So life is all built around these physical laws anyway. And then you've got the world of men, which is built on laws that we've added, that we've created, that we've written down and said these are now laws. But that's completely arbitrary, really. So anyway, health, wealth, and happiness. Let's just cover those briefly. Health. It's probably the easiest one to deal with. What do we need? Well, we need nutrition, we need rest, we need balance. And if you apply that very, very simple framing to it, right, the natural world, when you are in your nature and you're hungry, you need to eat. Okay, so needs in the sense of Take What You Need. Needs are not bad things. There will be some kind of law of attraction devotees who say that need is a bad word. It's not a bad word. It's just a fact, and it's a feature of being alive. Every living thing needs sustenance, rest, whatever. Everything's in balance as well. So, bird has just flown past. That bird is going to need food. It's going to need shelter. It's going to need materials to build a nest, right? Nothing wrong with this. Dwelling on our needs as thoughts and ideas, that can be unhealthy. And we're going to distinguish all of that in the course and the book. So we have needs, and just like every other living member of every other species, you have the right to have those needs met. Now, they're quite basic, right? When you're hungry, you need food. When you're thirsty, you need hydration, water. When you are tired, you need rest. Now, the world of men wants to make us dependent on anything other than reality, anything other than the real natural world. So it says, if you are sick, don't recuperate, don't rest, take a pill, all right? And doctors are complicit in this, right? The whole pharmaceutical industry has been around 100 years, a bit more, and it was set up to make money, okay? If you're tired, it says have a coffee, have a Red Bull, because tiredness is the enemy. It's not the enemy, it's just a signal, it's just a need, it's just a need, right? And food, shit, literally, right? You're hungry. People eating potato chips, right? That's not food. It doesn't nourish you or satisfy you. You eat that shit, you want some more. Even like stuff like flapjack, these like touted as healthy, and it's just oats which you can't really properly digest, that have got phytic acid or whatever in them that's an anti-nutrient in itself, and then it's bound together with high fructose corn syrup that was only invented in the 1970s. That's one molecule of glucose, one molecule of fructose, both of which are toxic to the human body in case of fructose, almost any proportion. It's ridiculous. So what we've been given this stuff that isn't even food to nourish ourselves, and then we wonder why we're sick, and then we turn to the doctor, and the doctor sells us drugs, and it's just the cycle. But the reality is that health, if you appreciate your need for nutrition, your need for hydration, your need for rest, is within your grasp, because it's your natural birthright. It's there, it's provided from the natural world. Wealth is similar. Now, we're going to spend a lot of time in Take What You Need talking about wealth, reframing wealth. So I won't go into too much of it right now, but the natural world gives us what we need, and that is wealth. Right? When you've got a roof over your head, so you've got shelter, you've been fed, you're safe, you've got your tribe around you, and you can just enjoy life. That's wealth. Now, that has been taken away from us again and then sold back. And it's been sold back in a couple of really insidious ways. A lot of people are literally stressed out and worried about where the next, how they're going to pay their bills. And that just isn't real, Well, I mean, no, it's part of the world of men. Absolutely, it's real in that sense. But in terms of the real world, you need shelter, you make one. You find a cave, you crawl under a rock. You can find shelter, you can get weapons, you can get food. It's all there in the natural world. We know this because human beings colonized the whole of the face of Earth, apart from Antarctica, during the last ice age. So, there's so much to say about wealth, and we're really going to dig deep into the key distinction between the law of attraction, which really applies to the world of men, and the elements of that are real and tangible and available to everybody as well. Because there's definitely stuff about it that's really valuable and really true, and there's also a kind of perversion of it as well. And happiness, natural consequence of being alive. Doing what you're doing, and so many of us are just fucking unhappy. And the reason is because we've been disconnected. We've been disconnected from our own bodies. We've been disconnected from the beauty of the natural world. It's been taken away, enclosed, and rented back to us. I've got all the things that we get by subscription now. I've got a gym membership. I do. I've got a gym membership, So I go back, go in and out, because it's important to keep my bones healthy. My joints and everything else. I've got a Spotify membership, Netflix, Amazon Prime. We rent back our happiness, and there's a really, really key distinction in all of this as well, which is between dopamine and true happiness. Dopamine is short-term reward that we get from seeking things that are actually important to our survival and our health, like hunting, like reproduction, getting food, all that kind of stuff. And we get serotonin now in a fake way from excess sugar, alcohol, gambling, porn, drugs of all kinds, all descriptions. A lot of that is food as well. So there's so much there to break down. But the key thing to what you need to remember about happiness, again, like health, like wealth, is it's right there. Happiness is right there to take. So I experienced this firsthand when I did my 90-day strict challenge, and I cut everything out at the start of 2024. And I realized that when I peeled away the caffeine, the sugar, the wheat, the alcohol, the tobacco, all of it went on the same day, 1st of January, 2024. And then as this time went on, it's like, I was really noticing that the times when I was craving an energy drink or a chocolate croissant or bar of chocolate, whatever it was when I was feeling feelings that I didn't want to feel. So I realized that those things were anesthetic. They were drugs, but specifically anesthetic drugs, as in they stop you from feeling. But then as I allowed those feelings just to be, I got to realize that actually I'm okay. I'm okay as I am. And in fact, the energy that comes naturally through my cells, through my body, is perfect energy. And it's better than the fake energy that you get from coffee, for example, or Red Bull, which is borrowing energy from the future. All it does is it masks, caffeine just masks your natural tiredness, and you have to pay it back. So it's like taking out a payday loan. Again, we're borrowing health, wealth, and happiness from a system that's just been designed to profit from us and has not been designed in our benefit. Once you understand all of that, then health, wealth, and happiness are within your reach. So if you would love to explore all of these with me, with a group of other amazing people in workshops for 4 months, that's what we're going to be doing: November, December, January, February, all through the Northern Hemisphere winter. We're going to be workshopping all of this on a weekly basis, figuring it all out. You get to be part of the new project. And yeah, really, really excited to be starting this. And it starts in 52 days. So we've got time, but it's only available to 50 people. So if you're interested, drop me a message. I would love to tell you more about it. Other than that, enjoy being alive. Have a great day.